Wait, before we speak to, or sneak up on Hilda, I'm gonna go back to Dajan's room, because apparently there's something I didn't look for entirely yet. Just to make sure we finish it off, right? He's not here. Yeah, I have no knowledge. What am I missing? Oh? Oh! I went all over the room trying to look for something to interact with, but I had to use Auspex. Because that's hidden. Oh, wow, okay, I see.
Well, well. What have we here?
And it looks like the way the Auspex works is not when I activate the spell, but when I choose to deobfuscate the object that I found with the Auspex spell. Okay. My dear sisters, I hope this letter will reach you quickly. Things are critical here. It appears that we've been the target of a major incident. A code red has been issued, and we have not yet heard from those who had already gone to the party our prince had organized for the unification. This could be in our favor, because it's possible that the Hartford Chantry is behind it. Although I have faithfully served my prince's interests while negotiating this treaty, these new suspicions could serve our interests in relation to a potential alliance between Boston and Salem. Rest assured that...
He didn't finish his letter. But that'll be enough for Hazel to make up her mind about him.
There we go. Yeah, I think this was a hint. I didn't really pick up on it the first time around, but the objects here, the skull, the bird, and then the blood in the bathroom. If we look back in the book here, we can match it to the concealment ritual. Knife, candles, fresh bird's blood, skull, white candle wax. They didn't really point it out specifically. One of my favorite parts about the council, actually, the way they leave clues like that. Anyway, this letter is about the Sisters of Salem then. Dajan suspects it might be the Hartford Chantry, the very people that we're trying to have an alliance with. Well... it sounds like he's innocent then. Because that was a letter that he wrote in his own privacy, right? And he didn't even expect it to be found, which means he should be saying the truth there. Okay, I think we're ready to go back on the other side then. We can go down to the club from here, right? Oh, there's April and Galeb. Should definitely go down later on. Hilda. No, we want to use this one. Oh my god! I didn't even notice it the first time around, but she has a gigantic painting of Emem. Holy crap. That's a bit. So we might want to use Auspex in here as well. But I think for this one, like they're trying to introduce different mechanics for each Primogen, I think. So this one's going to be spying. Oh, so it is Auspex then, because we can hear her with Auspex.
Why did you come back? Why? Other than to show that you're doing just fine on your own. If you only knew everything I've done for you. Mem.
Hilda's more concerned with Emem than she is with Hazel. I hope she'll be happy to hear that.
Doesn't sound like she cares about anything then. Is it cool if I keep walking around? I shouldn't decloak here. Oh, she's a painter. Ah, right, she's a Toreador. All about the arts and all that. To the curator of the Rosamond Society, we would like to confirm that the engraving, The Battle of the Plains, has arrived intact, to our great satisfaction. This acquisition also makes us confident that our future transactions will be fruitful. We are most appreciative. Artsy? Lots of paintings and stuff. We got the goal already. But... Oh, can I... I can't interact with objects here. But if I decloak... Oh, it won't let me decloak. I can turn off the Auspex, but I can't... November 4, 1926. You must forgive me. I admit that I went too far, but you left me no choice. You don't understand what's going on inside me. I can't stand the thought of you watching me grow old, imagining that you'll go on alone without me after I'm gone. I don't want to just tell you that I could die for you. I want to be able to show everyone that I died for us. I know you're angry. I understand that you're risking your neck if I keep urging you to make me your partner for eternity without permission. So ask for it! If you love me, I beg you, ask for it, or I'll end up dying anyway. Because without you, life will be of no interest anymore, I know that. Oh, sorry, this is... I didn't read the last line until now. Hilda, I love you, and you're the only one who could let me add forever to it. For real. Your Emem. Yeah, these people have been vampires for like at least 100 years. You would think that if you've been dating for that long, then things might be okay, but nope. Relationships still fall apart. That's a very weird looking tub. Yeah, they won't let me take off the obfuscation because we're in the zone that we're in right now is not safe. Actually, it is safe, but prohibited. So actually, I can't even take it off even if I wanted to. But noted that there is something there. If we ever come back here as Emem, maybe. Oh. Something here just now? Okay. I'm not sure who those other people are. Well, we didn't get information on Beryl, but everybody else we got a little bit on. Hilda is too busy worrying about other stuff. Yeah, let me try again. So I'm walking in without putting it on. The moment I walk in, it turns on. I see. Richard's office. So that's my main goal, right? I don't think I want to do that yet then. Is that right here? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's go down and check out Galeb and April.
Ugh, impossible. It's locked.
Fine with me, we'll figure it out. And next time when we go to Galeb, I think I'm gonna do the points myself. It kinda, I think it frustrates me more when I can't talk to people properly.
There was supposed to be a party off-site tonight, wasn't there?
I heard there was some problem with it.
Yeah. It frustrates me more when I can't talk to people properly, more than not being able to interact with objects. Can I use this? Why can't I use the elevator? I know we can go back, so it's really just a matter of walking. Don't suppose there will be anything in a random hallway? Alright, that was Jara's room.
Oh, shit. Locked from the other side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, normally we would have been able to do that. I guess they just want me to see Galeb and April, but I can't interact with them yet. They're having a heated discussion down there.
They told me not more than one retainer in the council's wing.
I think they want to be left alone.
Halsey's been doing her own thing here.
Richard's apartment. He didn't change a thing, as usual.
Oh, so Richard is also a primogen. Richard Dunham. You know what? Let's read a little bit of this. Otherwise, there's gonna be so much that's just stacked up and I'll never get around to all of them. Okay, how about we start with myself, Leysha. I wish they would paragraph properly. I think that's part of why it's so difficult to read. Like, there needs to be spaces and proper word wrapping and all that. Leysha, the Princess Seer, Malkavian, 12th generation. Kinda weak then, I guess? Depends on everyone around me, really. Embraced about 80 years ago. Leysha's story is nothing more than a collection of fragments due to her memory impairment. She remembers that she's from France, and that Dr. Richard Dunham is her psychiatrist. She knows that he saved them from the war in 1939, both her and her daughter Halsey. He made it possible for them to join the Boston court, held at the time by Quentin King, a child of Malkav, like them. Oh, so Quentin King is also Malkavian. The rest is nothing but light and shadow. Leysha knows the names and sometimes even the stories of those around her, without knowing exactly how or why. She remembers Quentin King, the previous prince, and his legendary obsessions, and more recently Hazel, the first year of her rise to power. Leysha remembers her warmly and fondly, despite only knowing her for a single year before leaving to be put into slumber at the Malcave Institute of Boston, as prescribed by Dr. Dunham. Leysha suffers from sudden visions, where the present moment and possible future bleeds into another. Possible future, it can be changed. She fights her gift in order to be fit to take care of Halsey. However, this does not serve the prince's plans, as Hazel views his power as a way to master fate and bolster her ambition. And then Richard Dunham. He was embraced, not that much before me. Yeah, maybe 40 years before. Sire Biltmore, child Halsey. Wait, I'm also his child, right? It just lists Halsey here. Okay, so maybe she is my biological daughter then. Yeah, because I was thinking if I'm dead, how can I have a daughter who is also the same clan? But it's like we were human and then we both got embraced by the same sire. Okay, whoa, alright. To preserve the masquerade, Richard declared his death in 1902 in Zurich. He moved to France, where he practiced psychiatry, under the name of Dr. Richard Dunham. In 1920, he relocated to the lunatic asylum in Braun, where he met a young French patient who would serve as a catalyst for a revolution in the way he viewed his psychiatric research. In order to save this patient and her daughter, is that Leysha then? Leysha and Halsey? His most precious research subjects, he arranged for their departure for the US in 1939. Oh, it's gotta be. At the onset of World War II. And then the Malkavians, because of that, let him escape to Boston, where they were in power. When Richard came here, he talked about his research to Quentin King and introduced him to Leysha and Halsey. The court was fascinated by their abilities, and in particular, Leysha's visions. Her gift allowed the three of them to benefit from the interest and protection provided by the prince, who saw Richard as the greatest psychiatrist of all time, the one who would usher in the era of the children of Malkav. That's a very objectifying way of looking at people, though. They're basically saying, oh, whoa, look, this Malkavian can see visions. We want them as a tool. And I don't know what Richard has to do with it. I guess because he's their sire? Okay. In 1950, he kept doing his psychiatric research, and his peers recognized him and supported him. He experimented on vessels using chemical cocktails to amplify their resonance, so that we get more benefits out of it. His experiments were a success under the reign of Hazel Iverson, who recognized immediately that the incredible opportunity this presented for Boston. If she could maintain the properties of the enhanced blood in containers using magic, she could corner the blood market and, more importantly, leave her mark in history. The prince allowed Dr. Dunham to continue his research, and probably was very supportive of it, and they also began to negotiate with the Hartford Chantry for an alliance here so that they can get more blood witches to help. So the prince is interested in the research for business purposes, but Richard seems a little bit more altruistic, but he recognizes that he must listen to the prince because she rules the city. Okay. Interesting. We haven't seen Richard yet. He's been missing. Dear Dr. Dunham, as instructed, I've prepared the donors you listed for the unification party. They will be ready for you to pick up at 9 p.m. at the Red Salon. I think your guests will be impressed by the quality of the people there. I hope they'll appreciate your efforts, Betty. Okay, makes sense. He was the one providing, because he was the one doing the research.
Richard always liked masks. Like all children of Malkov.
No, he's not there. Where are you, Mr. Teddy?
Is it difficult to know who we are because we see so many things?
I see guilt. Richard often asked me.
Oh, like a psychiatric assessment? What do you see in these paintings?
I see guilt. Richard often asked me.
This is a pretty old-looking computer for 2019. Yeah, it seems like they might be cutting back on the advancement of their technology so that people can't really trace them as easily. I'm illiterate. Please insert storage medium. Oh, okay. Someone took out the hard disk.
Mr. Teddy.
Oh. Insert floppy disk. I don't have a floppy disk. Oh, I can't interact with anything because of my office gate.
He must be hiding somewhere else.
Well, it lets us look into places, but if we can't interact with anything, then the office gate is not that great. We might want to use aspects around here too. Oh, I can take it off here.
Mr. Teddy.
A floppy disk. That's all Richard knows how to use. Maybe I'll find a way to read it.
Yes. Hey, Halsey.
So, did you find your teddy?
No, not yet. I'm not sure he's here. What about you? Did you finish your job for the prince?
Yes, I found something that might be of interest to Hazel.
Does that mean we're going back to see the prince then?
Not yet.
Not quite, Pumpkin. I want to take another look around. You wait for me here, but be good.
I will.
Were Leysha and Halsey even close to dying when they became vampires, though? Like, it seems almost a bit cruel to make a child into a vampire. They could have still had a long human life ahead of them.
He must be hiding somewhere else.
Oh, I was pressing the wrong thing earlier. I can't take it off here. Okay. Archived Confidential Report 1978. March 6. 13 members of the court suddenly started panicking for several minutes. Quentin King called for an investigation, but we didn't find anything. For 10 years.
No, he's not there. Where are you, Mr. Teddy?
Alex Psychiatric Research reports. October 31st. Servants of the Primogen apartments began to hum the same song for 1 hour. Quentin King called for an investigation. But yet again, we didn't learn anything. Even after 10 years. 1999. Halloween again, October 31st. The servants in the prince's quarters all laughed hysterically for 1 hour. Didn't find anything. 2015.
Mr. Teddy.
May 7. Hazel Iverson reported feeling sudden and brief mental intrusion during her speech. Okay, there was a conclusion, but we don't know what it is because it's confidential. She has the report. August 8. Feeling of imminent death felt by several members of the court lasting several minutes. There is some investigation, and we have answers. Some answers. Halloween yet again. Servants of the Primogen's apartment began vomiting for several minutes. The vessels present experienced uncontrollable crying fits throughout the night. There is a conclusion. Is that just because research advanced? Or what? Under Hazel, there is reports for everything, but under Quentin King, everything is inconclusive.
Mr. Teddy.
Hazel, shh, I'm busy right now. No. Nothing obvious that I'm seeing here.
No, he's not there. Where are you, Mr. Teddy?
Put in the floppy disk.
Only Richard would still use that.
Oh my god, this paragraphing. Dear Mr. Iverson, as per your request.
He must be hiding somewhere else.
Dude, Halsey, just be quiet please, god. As per your request, Mr. Underwood came to the Red Salon to carry out a review in view of the collaboration with the Hartford Tremere. We can confirm that production can triple if we expand operations into our basement. I think it would be wise to create a reserve and allocate only 1/3 of our production to Hartford. We will also provide a temperature-controlled storage area for this purpose. As for your more practical questions, please do not include the formulas I have been able to work out in your dealings. Mr. Underwood also feels that we need to keep them secret in order to keep the advantage in this agreement. We both feel that convincing them to send Tremere to Boston to perform the blood stabilization tests would be a better alternative. As for an industrialized production of more than 400 units per week, I prefer to err on the side of caution. I am able to produce everything alone in my lab. Aiming for more at the start would require a move and would certainly get us noticed by our suppliers of raw materials. I hope to have provided you with the missing information for your discussions on this agreement, which, in addition to the giant step forward that it'll make possible for science, will undoubtedly be the dawn of a new Boston under your reign. Basically saying that, they have research, and they're trying to negotiate the alliance based on the advantages that they have from the research.
Richard must have had a breakthrough, if Hazel's interested in it.
That sounds about right. Doesn't say anything about whether or not he's involved with the party stuff though. The fact that he's missing right now could go either way. Is it suspicious, or has he been victimized? Honestly, don't know. Okay, just have a brief glance here.
He must be hiding somewhere else.
Halsey, please. Please, I raised you better than this. Be quiet when mommy's busy, okay?
Are you almost done?
Yes, I found something that might be of interest to Hazel.
Does that mean we're going back to see the prince then?
Okay.
Let's go, Sugarfangs.
Leysha. I'm all ears.
Everything went all right.
I knew I could count on you. Was Halsey a good girl?
No.
Yes, as usual.
Good. Were you able to find anything interesting in Ms. Drury's apartments?
Yes, there was intel she had gathered on the guests, including those from the Hartford Chantry.
Anything about their regent, Deneb Osborne?
Yes, he seems to be obsessed with memory magic.
Interesting.
I gave everything to Delson.
Thank you. I'll take a look at it later. Were you able to see or hear anything interesting?
Yeah, we want to be in the prince's favor at the moment, right? So I think we should say everything. I think the fact that we got stuff from everybody, except for Beryl, makes sense though, from a roleplay perspective. Because I get the feeling we're not that social. But we're good at just looking around in general.
Hilda was in her room. She was acting strangely.
What do you mean?
She was whispering things, talking to a picture of Emem.
Touching, but that's of no importance.
Oops. I was kind of wondering about Hilda's computer. No, that time I'm pretty sure I couldn't turn off the office gate.
At Dajan's, I found a letter addressed to the Salem Chantry.
Did he betray me for the Warlocks?
I don't know. It just said that he's participating in your project, but that he would have preferred an agreement with Salem.
Oh, I understand his recent illusions a little better now. I'm going to need to have a word with him. Go on.
Ah, because he likes the sisters better?
I had a vision.
I knew you would. What did you see? Was I in your vision?
I think it was me. My forehead was on fire.
All right. Do you have any idea what it could mean?
Not in the slightest. Are you disappointed?
The important thing is that you're starting to have visions again.
People are treating her like she's an object. No, this is a deficiency. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about what you didn't do.
I also found that at Jara's. a file on the party. It's a record of everything Journey did.
That could be useful. Give it to Delsin on your way out. Anything else?
The merciful trait might be because we didn't talk about Emem and Journey. Maybe if we hadn't looked at the vision, if we were focusing on the scene, then we could hear Journey and Emem talking, right? And we could have picked between telling Journey to leave or go to the prince. So if I had told her to leave and I heard it as Leysha, then I could tattle on her here, but I didn't. And that's why I'm merciful.
That's all I was able to find.
I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Leysha.
Richard still wasn't there. Were you able to find out anything else?
Yes, one of my servants just came back from his bar, the Red Salon. As that's where he does his research, I had hoped to find him there. But she confirmed that Dr. Dunham had gone to the party early with a few of his vessels. I'm sorry, Leysha.
No. If he had been destroyed, I would have felt it. I have to go find him.
You're the most discreet of all of us, it's true. But we have no idea what might have happened there. It could be dangerous.
I won't be alone. Halsey will be with me.
Of course.
That's a liability.
And one last thing. Dr. Dunham wasn't the only one there. There was also Miley, my child. Bring her back to me.
Yes, of course. We'll leave right away.
I wouldn't expect anything less of you. Thank you, Leysha.
The link between a sire and a child. If the sire dies, the child will know. I'm guessing the reverse should also be true. Okay. Overview. Oh, this is the end of the first scene. Each scene ends with an overview of your accomplishments, failures, and what you could have... Failures! And what you could have done differently. For each success, your character earns experience points. Okay. Success. Okay, no failure. Good, good. Leysha only. What about the Emem stuff? Introspective. Easier time to improve aspects. Merciful, plus 10 success rate in rhetoric. Okay. You let the premonition take over. You gave the prince the documents that would certainly clear Journey's name. Good. You listened in to hear what was on Hilda McAndrews' mind. You found a letter from Dajan Siaka confirming his preference for the Salem Chantry. You told the prince about what was in Dajan Siaka's letter. Alternatively, we could have spied on the conversation between Emem and Journey. You could have discovered Beryl Underwood's preoccupations. Yeah. They did this in the council as well, and while I'm playing, I might not want to know all about the alternatives, I feel like. But, well, we found out, so it's fine. Okay. 75 experience points.
Emem, come here. Thanks, Emem. You've brought me Journey. I knew I could count on you.
Oh, so it's okay now because I gave her the documents as Leysha.
Jay is waiting in the antechamber. She's nervous. Tell Delsin to go easy on her.
We'll see about that.
Did you need me for anything else?
Not right now, but I will soon. I have one more favor to ask of you.
All right. I'll be waiting in the next room.
Oh, this is just to end the scene, right? Okay. Put in her place, -10 for mental. Now, -10 is a good thing. The way they write it is a little bit misleading, I feel like, because it makes it sound like it's a bad thing if it's negative. Emem, 75 experience, you obeyed the prince. Journey followed you to the prince's. You spied on a conversation about Journey. You were able to retrace Journey's steps before she left thanks to her scent. Resonance bonus, presence. You could have tried to convince Journey to flee. But I didn't. And I think she'll appreciate it now, because we know she's innocent. Galeb Bazori, Eternal Protector. Mortal kings have their lackeys. The princes of Boston have Galeb. While rulers come and go, Galeb remains, and his presence tonight is not reassuring. I'm gonna do it myself. He's a Ventru, which means I'm gonna, yeah. Oops. I did a physical point. How do I take it away? Cancel. There we go. So how many points do I have in total? Where am I looking at this? Ah, it goes by experience. We have 130 experience at the top. And then physical costs 15, social costs 15, and mental 15. Intimidation. I start with intimidation. As a Ventru, what is a Ventru? The definition. High society, well-spoken kind of guy is what I imagine. So maybe, finally, let's be literate. Yeah, I want to freaking know about all the old history and all that, and let's be a good speaker as well. Maybe 2 of these, focus on 2 of these. Physical. When dialogue ratings are equal, the winner is determined based on a percentage. When dialogue ratings are equal though, like that doesn't seem as helpful as actually just increasing the dialogue skill. Right? I feel like it seems like it's crappier. These are all similar. These are all for dialogues. Yeah, dialogue, I wanna... Let's intimidate people. Dude, that's it! That's all I wanna do? Education and intimidation? Maybe, 60 points. Oh, if I wanna increase it... The first level is 10, but the third level is 60 already. I see. Deduction. Yeah, maybe let's have a little bit of more things. Psychology. Intimidation. And... Persuasion, maybe? I'm just randomly picking. And then, based off intimidation and persuasion... I gotta do physical and social. I'll focus on the intimidation, so physical. And then I've got 25 points left. Yeah, it's just that increasing the levels is really expensive. It sort of incentivizes me to be a jack of all trades. Okay, maybe I'll do a very basic, I don't want to keep my points though. Yeah, let's not save points. Where did I do 5 points? Oh my god. 25. Okay, let's do... technology. Put 1 more in psychology. How about that? And then we've got 5 left. I guess that's how it goes. Unless if I take off the physical. Which honestly... I really do feel like based off the description, it's not as good as actual skills. Hold on. Yeah, I feel like I'd rather do that. Intimidation and persuasion. How about that? Okay. Fortitude. Physical and mental supernatural resilience. Sense the unseen. Oh, the points are shared between the disciplines and character. So I can't do anything else here. Okay. Yeah. Dominate. Ability to command others and turn them into puppets. Presence. Charisma. Influence the emotions of people around you. Sense the unseen. Detect the supernatural, both in creatures around it and the traces they leave behind. Fortitude. Yep, okay. That's pretty much it. Does Hazel trust me? Not a primogen, but I've been around.
My prince. Delsin.
Bazori.
It seems that the Camarilla is in danger. I am at your disposal.
Your sense of duty is a credit to you, Galeb. You haven't lost your touch, I hope. The code red is linked to the unification party with the Chantry. No one there is answering anymore.
How many of us were there?
Probably a good 20, give or take. Dr. Dunham and our top spy, Jara Drore, were already there.
We might have lost 2 members of the Primogen.
That's not good.
What about Hartford? Have you heard from them?
If those dogs had anything to do with what happened, I'll cut their throats myself.
Do you think they might be involved?
I don't know. It's too early to draw any conclusions.
Where do you want to start?
Can I count on you?
You have no reason to doubt me.
One by one, the Anseli heed the beckoning and go east. You're the eldest in the city now. Don't do this to me. Not now. I would be very grateful to you. And Fang.
How may I be of service?
Go and see Kaius with Jaragon. He's in charge of security. He may have learned something.
You can count on me.
You have my absolute confidence, Galeb.
Jara and Kaius. That's why Jara's apartment had that picture of the Nosferatu. That was Kaius. They're dating. Oh, you're white as a sheet. The lack of blood going through your veins and all that. Okay. Galeb Bazori Ventru, 1745, the oldest one around here, 11th generation. Oh, but generation-wise, not that high up. My sire is Jean-Baptiste Tavernier. Oh, Beryl is my child. Yes, right. My child is the Primogen, but I'm not. The Imperial Throne. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay. Let's, okay, this one we really have to skim. Okay, so even skimming it took way too long. I'm gonna give you a summary after having read the whole thing, alright? A really quick one. Basically, Galeb was born in 1710 as a royal prince in Constantinople, but he had to flee because his father lost the throne, and I think everybody in his family basically died, but he fled to the west, where he got adopted by a family of diamond merchants, and that's the trade that he decided to go into. And as a part of doing business, they had him travel all over the world, make connections, and eventually meet somebody named Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, a Ventru vampire. In the beginning, he didn't know, of course, but they grew very close, like father and son, and so eventually Tavernier embraced him, hoping that they would run the business world together and all that. Sometime later, Galeb went to North America to train with a gangrel vampire who taught him tracking skills, and now he's so good at it, he can tell if someone's mortal or a kindred just by looking at them. Now at this point, around 1806, he met a James Underwood who was a business person in sugar trading. They ended up becoming really good friends, but James eventually passed away, leaving the business in the care of his 26-year-old son, Beryl Underwood. And the relationship between Galeb and Beryl is kind of like Tavernier and Galeb in that he ends up becoming Beryl's mentor. Except Beryl is so talented at business, he surpassed even Galeb. And just like how Galeb found out about being a vampire, Beryl found out about Galeb being a vampire, and he begged Galeb to embrace him, which turned out to be maybe not such a good idea because Beryl is extremely ruthless as a business person, not really caring about the impact on the environment or people's health or anything like that, to the point that Galeb got kinda wary of him, and so he started distancing himself. How he did that was by accepting the position of executor for the Boston Camarilla, back when Quentin King was in charge, where he just has to follow orders and kill people and not really think about business anymore. But all this was happening in Boston, and eventually Beryl also joined the Boston Camarilla as a part of the Primogen Council, and that's where they met again. A thing that happened more recently is something called the Beckoning, where Galeb's sire Tavernier gave in. It doesn't actually say specifically what it is here, but it sounds like he might have had a final death. And around the same time, Quentin King disappeared. So Beryl, as a part of the Primogen Council, actually asked Galeb to become the new prince, but he was still very wary of Beryl, so he said no, And that's how Hazel became the new prince instead. Also around this time, Galeb met Shu Feng, who was a very young, promising business talent, her own startup company, MIT graduate and all that, and he's taken her under his wing, probably hoping to embrace her eventually. And that's where we're at. Yeah, there was the whole thing about how vampires of one clan, in this case Ventrus, they seek each other out. And so someone who's good at business, someone who's talented in business, eventually come across similar people, and that's how the vampire line really spreads. So what is the beckoning? A mysterious calling drawing elder vampires away from their fiefs and fortresses. The elders are compelled to travel east towards the lands where mortal and vampire civilization began, into the fog of a shadow war fought over the graves of their progenitors. A mysterious calling. That's all we know. Kinda vague. Oh my goodness, that was
Mr. Underwood, I'm sorry, but my instructions are clear.
You little shit.
I'm just following orders.
You have no idea what's at stake.
It was good that we read that though, yeah, to get a little bit of background, but I feel like it's nice that we can learn more, but they also have to be a little bit more compact. There was way too much there just now.
My most honored sire, you're wasting your time here.
I'd forgotten about your abject fawning.
I call it respect. It appears that it's something that sewer rats know nothing about. Apparently, Kaius feels he's entitled to refuse to see a member of the Primogen. I won't forget it.
Damn it! Oh, I put points into the exact things that Beryl didn't have. Dang it. I mean, not that I could have gotten it though. Maybe psychology, but I didn't put into psychology, did I? Really? Oh, I put it into persuasion. Well, hopefully it'll come up later on. That sucks.
Sorry to hear it.
Tell me, you haven't introduced me to your charming protege yet.
Zhu Feng.
Oh!
Yes, Zhu Feng. A name that's as delectable as her blood, I'm sure. Ah, you're planning to introduce her to the very select club of Galeb Bazori's progeny, aren't you?
Oh, it changes. It changes. Here we go. He's interested. Ventrus are all drawn to each other. Okay, let's try it out. Let's try it. 25% success chance. Ah!
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Oh, you're the epitome of discretion where family matters are concerned. I can't wait to discuss our special relationship with her.
You will speak of nothing with her at all.
Is that an order?
A word of advice.
Oh, pardon me. I fell out of the habit of receiving advice from you so long ago. Well, if you'll excuse me, I must end this ever so pleasant conversation. I need to find a way to avoid losing too much money.
We knew Beryl since he was young, but he was embraced later on. And since we've known each other for so long, at some point he was probably like, how come Galeb never ages? And that's why we're younger. But he looks like he has one foot in the grave. Yes, deduction!
This is a handwritten list. These names sound familiar. Beryl's handwriting. He was trying to contact his associates.
Mr. Bazori, can I help you?
I need to see Kaius.
He doesn't want anyone to bother him.
Prince's orders.
I see. He's holed up in the server room. You'll need a pass to get in. There's one on his desk.
Thank you.
So the Primogen can't get in, but the prince can. guys wearing hoodies?
Can it wait?
This is like the back room of Squid Game. 10-year report on mortal evolution and environmental degradation.
As expected. Nobody's answering there either.
Big problems with Earth these days. Global warming, environmental degradation, pollution, which hurts the sustainability of all life, which ultimately affects the quality of blood, which is not good because that's our main business. Overpopulation is a problem. Pollutants is a problem. Okay. Pretty short for a 10-year report. What is it?
That looks like the key to a safe.
I'm working for the prince. I can take whatever I want. High security key. Impossible to copy. This type of key is often used for security doors or safes. Okay. Hematology, biochemistry. Yes, I'm educated!
Blood tests from the Red Salon.
Ah, for the vessels? The pen is Jara Drories.
She always said she preferred paper to digital. It appears that Richard is making progress on his stabilized blood, but he hasn't perfected it yet. Perhaps the Hartford Chantry will be able to help him.
Yeah, but we're suspecting that they might be the people who put a hit on us. What does that say? Warning. Gov batteries? Boy batteries? I have no idea what that says.
She always said she preferred paper to digital.
If you want to talk, go see Mr. Leto.
Where's the pass? Send me a secular report on the evolution of the mortal world demography. People. Population increase.
Were you able to reach your contact?
No, still nothing.
I don't like this.
Mainly affecting the big cities. We need to keep monitoring this. One other issue. Quality of mortals is starting to decline. Blood is getting crappy.
Mr. Underwood slammed his door. That's a bad sign.
Oh, the pass that you mentioned was the key then, huh? I thought you were talking about like
Kaius' office.
Oh no,
the key
here.
card must be in there.
Why is there somebody in his office already? What are you doing?
We're stepping up security on every floor.
It's killing me that you guys are wearing hoodies.
I've seen Kaius use this type of card to access the servers.
Magnetic key card to the server room.
Security has been increased to the maximum. I've never seen anything like it.
But I can't hack the computer. You know I only have one idea, right? Damn it. If I look more carefully... Oh. Whoa. List of names. People to check, people to eliminate, people who know too much. Any familiar names? I don't think so.
The prince asked for a background check on retainers and mortals we use outside. If there's the slightest doubt, we eliminate them. Hazel has become more cautious since the attacks.
How long ago? Wait, what attacks are you talking about? Not the Code Red, right? Because the Code Red happened today. Ooh. Old coins. Consumable for increasing my willpower. Denarius, florin, pound, or dollar. I have a special bond with money. It's not a symbol of power nor a means to an end. It's just a part of me. Does my willpower get restored between scenes? I hope so. Okay, so we have a computer here. Ah, does it have to do with that sticky note that we saw? Let's see. And I can't use auspex. Ventures don't have auspex. Good at reading people, but not the environment.
Fuck. How long has it been since we've had an alert like this?
I've got no idea.
As expected, nobody's answering there either.
I'm looking for 4 digits. 4 digits.
Was there anything else?
Could it be back here? This is just Barrow's handwriting. Where even are we here? This is like the basement? Oh. He's waiting for the elevator. Okay, well, have fun with that. Have fun with that. I don't know, maybe we just can't find it for now. Well, what about this part? Interview room.
Good evening.
Wait.
Please keep it down.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Hold on then. In that case, I definitely feel like we should try to find the code before we talk to him. I mean, it probably won't be too big a deal. Like the years or something? Yeah, okay, sure, fine.
We're gonna need more hands here.
I'm working on something important.
Okay. More important than me?
Crimson Oaks. I've never heard of them, but Kaius is interested in them. He has a whole file on them.
Crimson Oak suspected activities. They could be behind the aborted attack at Quincy Market. Strauss! Jacqueline Strauss! Is that related to the Strauss we know from Bloodlines? Could be. Crimson Oak. Shadowy organization that is difficult to trace. The Crimson Oaks have recently been involved in several plots that targeted the Prince of Boston. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The Institute. Kindred must blend in among the mortal masses. Some Malkavians believe they need to be treated in order to do this, by reducing the delusions that make them stand out. The previous prince, Quentin King, created an asylum where members of his clan could seek treatment, the Institute. He only cared because he's also a Malkavian, but... Hazel? What is Hazel? I'm not sure. We can probably find out just by looking at the thing. But I'm not gonna read it though. Not yet anyway. Ventru. Okay, makes sense.
A list of ingredients and
I've
side
never
effects.
seen anything like it. What a nightmare.
Okay. Right before going into the scene, I'm just thinking, should we be using the consumable here? Just in case if something comes up during the conversation? Yeah, use the coin. Right, this is gonna end the scene. It just tells you directly. Which means... the code...
These servers hold all of our secrets. I understand why they're so well protected.
Jara saw that.
Miss Joy isn't here. But so far, we're doing all right.
Jara is normally the head, but Kaius is in control right now. Okay, let me look at this room once more then. If there isn't, then we'll just go. They don't even care that I stole their stuff.
These screens aren't going to watch themselves.
Well, then get to work. There are some sticky notes around, but they're honestly way too small to read.
Security has been increased to the maximum. I've never seen anything like it.
Okay. I can't hack it. Technology 4 is an incredibly high standard too, which makes sense because, you know, this is the security office, right? If we could actually hack it, that would be a problem. Alright, Kaius.
I imagine she sent you. Finally, some good news on this shitty night.
What's the situation?
Not good. Not good at all.
He has no nose.
The prince needs more than that. I hope you've got it.
You want details?
Tell me what happened.
Everything was going as planned until 11:10 p.m. The prince's child, Miss Sellers, contacted me. The Hartford Warlocks had just arrived. That's the last time we heard from any of them. Less than 20 minutes later, we received the code red just as we were leaving to join them.
Who sounded the alert?
A man named Wu. Ever heard of him? A retainer, one of Jason Moore's bodyguards.
Moore? The asset manager? What was he doing at the unification party?
He was supposed to answer technical questions about the financial viability of the agreement. Moore is good at hiding our kind trafficking. He's one of them, after all.
Can I look in the codex here? Sorry, I just really want to quickly look up the word retainer, because I know we saw it at the bottom here. A mortal in the service of a vampire, commonly a ghoul. The terms are usually interchangeable, with retainer being the polite choice. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't think Feng is a ghoul then. They probably have plans to actually make her into a Ventrue eventually. Or maybe she still is considered a ghoul until then.
And you're the one who received the code red, personally.
It arrived directly, here. It's authentic. I verified it.
Anything that could be of interest to the prince?
I'm working on it. Jara Drury is the expert, not me. If only she was here.
Wait, so Wu issued the code red. Where is Wu right now? We don't know. We haven't heard from anybody.
Any sign of Jara?
Nothing at all. And that's not good. According to the protocol, she should have been there early. If they got hit, she would have been first in line.
Any movement with the Anarchs?
As usual, they're keeping their distance. You know it's always a pain in the ass to locate them.
Anarchs are other vampires. They're not part of the Camarilla. Anarchs. Okay, I can only read about the Baron. An Anarch leader ruling over a domain. Oh, it's like the Prince, but for the Anarchs. Yeah, they're just a different sect.
Any word from Hartford?
Do you think it's them?
It would be ill-fated.
I knew we should never have trusted those damn warlocks.
Might be too early to say.
There's one thing we haven't considered. The Crimson Oaks.
They were behind the Quincy Market attack, weren't they?
I don't have any proof. We just caught a thin blood who wanted to trap the prince, and who told us about them. Apparently they're new in town, but Miss Drury thinks he's giving us the runaround.
Did you look into it?
I tried, but I didn't have the resources to discover anything else.
Leave no stone unturned.
Is he passive-aggressively saying that you gotta give him a bigger paycheck?
Hello? You. It's about damn time. Shit! What? You're... Hello? Damn it! I lost them.
Who was it?
Whoa.
Oh?
Shit. Now it's just ringing.
What did he say?
The party was indeed attacked. Apparently it was a real bloodbath. He and James had just enough time to get more out. They're stopping by his place to pick up some sensitive documents.
And then what? Are they coming here?
I don't know. We got cut off.
Call him back. I'll inform Hazel.
This is a critical moment for us. I have summoned you here tonight to organize our reaction to an imminent threat.
What threat exactly? We've got no reason yet to
Call her off again and I'll slit your throat.
Oh, excuse me.
Careful, Hazel.
How dare you speak to me like that?
Enough! I command you to be silent and listen to me.
Oh, so that's how it is.
That's enough, Beryl.
Yes, it's come to this. You would do well to listen to your sire. We have just been attacked. This is not a time for childish displays of discontent. Galeb, the code red was sent by Wu. Go to Moore's and find out what's going on.
As you wish.
And bring Moore back to me. He was supposed to be at the party. I don't understand why he's the only one who was able to call us. I would like to speak to him very much.
Consider it done.
I trust you. He might be involved in this, so gather any documents you can find there that could tie us to him.
Very well.
Delson, see if you can get Kaius to find us a new middleman in the cane business to manage our interests.
Cane.
I don't want to take any chances. Then, I want you to talk to everyone. Somebody must have seen or heard something. Dajan, make sure all our defenses are in place.
Yes, Hazel.
Emem, you will go to the old Jefferson Library.
What's there?
That's where the Hartford Chantry calls home here. I gave them the building so they could have a base in Boston.
I demand to take her place.
Request denied.
What game are you playing, Hazel? It's a suicide mission.
It's all right. I got this. I'm not made of sugar.
She's not ready for this kind of mission. I should go with her, at the very least.
No, you will remain here. Emem goes alone.
Why don't you send Dajan instead?
Enough, Hilda. Dajan has work to do elsewhere, and I don't need to explain myself.
Hazel, if anything happens to her, I'll...
Nothing, Hilda. You'll do nothing.
She's being so clingy.
It's high time you learned to trust her.
Which one of us are you planning to send to the party?
She's already left.
What? Who?
I sent Leysha.
Are you serious? A few hours ago, she was snoozing behind locked doors in a psych ward.
You're playing a dangerous game, Hazel. Without us, you would never have come into power.
You've chosen the worst possible moment to turn your back on us.
On the contrary, I find this moment very appropriate. I am the Prince of Boston, and you are the Primogen. I owe you nothing. Delson, escort them out. The session is adjourned. You all have your instructions.
Not a friendly discussion at all. Openly just showing dislike for the Primogen, which I feel like is a very not smart move. Okay, that was a pretty short scene. Lips are sealed. You discover that Kaius Leto is investigating the Crimson Oaks. You learn why Beryl Underwood wants to see Kaius Leto. Okay. Good. It's a little bit funny because I feel like all the instructions Hazel gave just now should be things that happened within the first, 15 minutes of the Code Red being issued. But instead, we were, walking all over the place before any of that happened. But now it seems like the story's gonna really pick up. Okay.